On a quiet, seemingly ordinary morning in West Valley City, Utah, a devastating discovery shook the tight-knit community to its core. 5 members of a local family were tragically found dead in their home, with a 17-year-old boy suffering from severe injuries. The peaceful neighborhood was thrown into chaos and confusion. What could have led to such a horrific event? As authorities scramble to piece together the puzzle, the burning question remains: is the perpetrator still at large, posing a threat to others? Join us as we delve into the details of this heartbreaking incident, exploring the lives affected and the ongoing investigation that seeks to bring justice and answers to a grieving community. On Tuesday morning, police were called to a tragic scene. The quiet suburban neighborhood was suddenly filled with the sounds of sirens and the flashing lights of emergency vehicles. Authorities say a concerned relative, worried after not hearing from the family for days, entered the home through the garage. The relative had tried calling and texting multiple times, but there was no response, which was unusual for this close-knit family. Inside, they found a 17-year-old boy alive but suffering from a gunshot wound. The scene inside the house was chaotic, with signs of a struggle evident in the living room and kitchen areas. The boy was barely conscious, and paramedics worked quickly to stabilize him. The teenager was rushed to the hospital in unknown condition, but questions remain. The paramedics did their best to keep him stable during the ride, but his condition was critical. At the hospital, doctors and nurses were on standby, ready to provide immediate care. Is he a victim, or could he be involved in this horrifying event? The police are now investigating every possible angle, interviewing neighbors, friends, and family members to piece together what happened. The community is left in shock, grappling with the reality of such a violent incident in their midst. The picturesque neighborhood of Maplewood Lane in Salt Lake City, Utah, was shattered by an unspeakable tragedy. On December 16, 2024, police discovered 5 bodies inside a seemingly ordinary home. The victims were identified as John and Mary Miller, along with their 3 young children, 11-year-old Ethan, 9-year-old Sophia, and 2-year-old Lily. The family's eldest child, 16-year-old David, was found injured but alive. He was immediately transported to the hospital for treatment. The discovery was made after a concerned neighbor, noticing an unusual silence from the usually lively household, contacted the authorities. The Millers were known for their close-knit family dynamic and active presence in the community. John, a successful architect, and Mary, a dedicated elementary school teacher, were beloved figures in the neighborhood. Their children were described as bright and cheerful individuals who brought joy to everyone around them. Upon arriving at the scene, police officers were met with an eerie silence emanating from the Miller residence. After receiving no response to their repeated knocks, officers made the decision to enter the home. Inside, they were confronted with a scene of unimaginable horror. The bodies of John, Mary, Ethan, Sophia, and Lily were discovered in various locations throughout the house. The details of the crime scene remain closely guarded by law enforcement. However, sources close to the investigation have revealed that the scene suggested a violent struggle had taken place. The nature and extent of the victims' injuries, along with the positioning of their bodies, pointed towards a possible homicide. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community, leaving residents grappling with fear and disbelief.
At this time, we can confirm the deaths of 5 family members. However, we are not prepared to comment on the cause of death or any potential motives. We believe the violence was contained within the family, and there is no immediate threat to the public.
In the immediate aftermath of the tragedy, authorities were tight-lipped about the details surrounding the case. At a press conference held later that day, a police spokesperson confirmed the deaths of the 5 family members, but declined to comment on the cause of death or any potential motives. The spokesperson did, however, state that the violence appeared to be contained within the family and that there was no immediate threat to the public. The investigation quickly shifted its focus to David, the surviving teenager. While initially considered a victim, investigators have been tight-lipped about his potential involvement in the incident. David, who sustained injuries described as non-life-threatening, has been unable to provide any substantial information about the events leading up to the deaths of his family members. His current mental and emotional state, coupled with the traumatic nature of the experience, has presented significant challenges for investigators hoping to piece together the puzzle of what transpired inside the Miller home. As the investigation enters its second week, the community of Maplewood Lane remains shrouded in grief and uncertainty. Candles flicker on doorsteps, teddy bears and flowers adorn the miller's front lawn, and the question why hangs heavy in the air. Neighbors struggle to comprehend the horrific events that unfolded within the walls of the once happy home.
It's just so hard to believe. They were such a wonderful family, always smiling, always kind. We just don't understand how something like this could happen.
The tragedy has left an indelible mark on the community, serving as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. As investigators work tirelessly to uncover the truth behind the Miller family tragedy, the community clings to hope. They hope for answers, for justice, and for a sense of closure that will allow them to begin the long and arduous process. West Valley City, a fast-growing suburb of Salt Lake City, is reeling from this tragedy. Once known for its peaceful neighborhoods and vibrant community life, the city is now grappling with a surge in violent crime that has left residents feeling uneasy and vulnerable. With a population of over 130,000, the city has seen its number of homicides more than double this year. This alarming trend has prompted local authorities to increase police presence and community outreach efforts in hopes of curbing the violence. This case marks the fifth homicide so far in 2024, a stark contrast to previous years where such incidents were rare. The police are working tirelessly to solve these cases and bring justice to the victims and their families. This heartbreaking incident has raised concerns about safety and the rising number of violent crimes in the area. Community leaders are urging residents to stay vigilant and to participate in neighborhood watch programs. They believe that a united community can help deter crime and restore a sense of security. The city is also investing in social programs aimed at addressing the root causes of violence, such as poverty and lack of educational opportunities. As West Valley City navigates these challenging times, the hope is that through collective effort and resilience, the community can overcome this dark chapter and emerge stronger. At this point, police are still piecing together the evidence. Was this a domestic tragedy, or is there more to the story? For now, the search for answers continues. The community is on edge, with neighbors speculating about what could have led to such a shocking event. Authorities are working around the clock, interviewing witnesses and analyzing forensic evidence. Every detail, no matter how small, could be crucial in solving this case. The victim's family is desperate for closure, hoping that the truth will soon come to light. As the investigation unfolds, the world watches, waiting for justice to be served. Stay tuned for updates on this developing story. As new details emerge, we'll bring you the latest. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more news on this case. We are committed to keeping you informed with accurate and timely information. Your engagement helps us to continue providing quality journalism. Follow us on our social media channels for real-time updates and behind-the-scenes content. Thank you for your support and trust in our reporting. Together, we can stay informed and make sense of the world around us. Stay safe and see you in the next update. Sources, news outlets, police reports, and local coverage.